My name is Juan Manuel de Biedma. You guys might know me as Liquid Hungrybox. And exactly a year ago today, almost to the hour, someone threw a crab at me after winning Pound 2019. The crab incident changed a lot of things for me. I started noticing a lot of change in the way that people responded to me, affiliated with me, and defended me, whether it be on social media or in person or just in general, people wanting to meet me or have a better outlook, a better lens in which they see my character, my personality, and the way I approach the scene. The crab incident was very, very strange because it was right in the thick of a time where my consideration for how much I really wanted to be a professional Smash player was really in limbo. At the time, I was working a full-time job at ServiceNow, which was an IT service as a cloud company, I believe is what it's called. And I was working a full-time job, 9 to 5, near my house. And in the nighttime, I was streaming, and on the weekends, I was going to tournaments. So doing sort of three different things. And a lot of the reason people might ask, well, why were you working a full-time job again after you had quit in the past and gone back to work, and et cetera, is because every time I wanted to do the esports dream, every time I wanted to do the full-time, be a smasher, and be this icon of gaming, and make that the center of your life, I noticed that the stress involved with it, the animosity, the hatred I would receive for playing the way I did or acting the way I did was almost too much to handle. And having a full-time job on the side sort of gave me an escape, weirdly enough. I know for most people, going to job is a mundane, repetitive thing that you have to do. In my strange circumstance, the work that I had to do going to my job, it was my escape from another section of my life, which would cause me severe pain at times. From the Genesis Hungrybox chance to this and that, it wasn't always easy a lot of times. But the crab incident happened. And the weirdest part, and this might be the part where people are going to be like, you're capping, there's no way that happened. A month prior to that tournament, so let's say March 2019, I had a dream that I was on stage at a Smash tournament. I dream about tournaments a lot because that's, my favorite thing to do. And I was playing against someone, might have been Leffen or Mott or Mango, some top player in top 8. And I remember someone had thrown an object at me while I was playing, a brick of sorts. And the brick actually hit me, and I fell to the floor, and I was on the floor, bleeding, pretty much passed out, or in a coma or something, and I woke up. It was a very, very scary dream. And I woke up, and I'm like, man, thank God that's never happened, and hopefully never going to happen. And then a month later, when that incident happened, and to this day, I still have no idea who the guy is. I still have no idea what his name is, if it was even the right person who got banned from tournaments. I was just told it was taken care of by the TOs at Pound, which I appreciate. When that happened, it was eerie. It was a strange sense of deja vu. But it was the aftermath, which I think was the most unexpected. The outpouring of love from various fans, from companies, from my own team, my growth as a fan base, eventually a documentary being made about me, which would supplement my stream in ways I've never seen before. There was a lot, oddly, of good that came from it. My plan, after that all had gone down, was to probably remain playing, but I was at a crossroads. Like, do I go further into esports? Do I branch off more into tech? Live my quiet, private life doing that? And I eventually, because of that happened, I made a decision right before CEO 2019, or right after I won the tournament, to quit my job once again and really go full-time into esports. And at this point, it's April 21st, 2020. It's almost been a year. My stream is just crossed 5,000 subscribers, miraculously for the first time ever. Averaging viewership of over 1,000 people. Liquid's happy, and we're still able to keep rank 1 in Melee. So I think I made the right decision in that call. But it's scary. It's scary to make the decision of wanting to be someone. Because when you want to be someone, rather than not be anyone, a lot of people don't want you to be you. So it's something that you have to fight. The more successful you get and the better you are at something, the more detractors are going to come towards you. The more people are going to want to see you fail, whether it be a competitor, whether it be a critic, or whether it be a man hauling a frozen crustacean at a Maryland venue. So in this video of reflection, so to speak, I will say this. I will say to the guy who threw it, who's probably banned now, perma-banned for life from that venue and others, it's weird that you chose to do it. It's weird that you chose me of all people to do it. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your selfish actions, because it, I guess, awoken up a lot of response in people's hearts, I guess. Not just towards me, but towards how top players are treated and how the scene in general handles its sort of politics, if that makes sense. The sort of factions of who we cheer for and who we don't cheer for, which is always going to be a case in sports. But there's a difference between that and who we want to hate and who we want to hate even louder. My encouragement for anything in esports, or anything in sports in general, has always been this. Sports are the most beautiful thing on the planet Earth. And what makes it beautiful is when you cheer as loud as possible for the team that you're going for. Like in the World Cup, and I cheer for Argentina. That moment, that sense of camaraderie that you have with other people cheering for your same team, and then they win, nothing really tops that in the modern age of humanity. What I don't like is when the opposite extreme goes all the way. When instead of cheering as loudly as you can for your home team, the jeers, the boos, the comments that could be tasteless, even racist, God forbid, for the other team, those get loud also. Unfortunately, in the world of competition, you always have both extremes. You always have both factions fighting with one another. And I will say, I think the crab toss incident in Smash was probably our ugliest case of the other stuff coming to a boil. No pun intended. But I will say that I think even if that didn't happen, eventually something else was going to happen that acted as a wake-up call. So in general, to the entire Smash community, to the entire set of endless support that I've received from all my fans, old and the tons of new ones that I've acquired from the incident and from the aftermath, right? It wasn't just, oh, this guy had something thrown at him, let's start cheering for him now. It was sort of like, who really is this Hungrybox guy? Why did that happen? And what's he really like? And what's his stream like? What's his content like? What's his gameplay like? And do I really want to follow an echo chamber of people telling me who I should and shouldn't cheer for, or should I make up my own mind about that? So I'm very, very appreciative to the scene for that. I've really felt more welcome, and I mean that honestly. I felt more welcome in the Melee scene. I felt tremendously welcome in the Ultimate scene, and I'm sure if that trend keeps ticking, if it keeps going forward, I'm even getting appreciation from my colleagues, the other pro players in Melee, my competition, for the way I play, the way I approach the game. And it might seem like, oh, isn't that expected for most things, but for a long time I didn't. So long story short, yeah, a year ago someone threw a crab at me, and today, April 21st, 2020, I'm feeling more in my right place, more in my element than I ever have. I'm not searching any longer for, oh, what should I be doing, or where should I be? And if this thing is making me so sad, why do I keep doing it? I don't know if it was a chain of reactions, if it was specifically that one incident, or if it was just everything compounding on top of one thing or the other. But maybe everything does happen for a reason. And 13 years into my Smash career, which at this point is well over half of my life, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm hoping that the scene continues to grow as much as it can. And I'm hoping that all of you, at the next tournament, after all this chaos of a virus passes, after all this madness is over, and after we can finally start going and stepping foot into the same venue at the same time for the first time in months, I hope that you cheer as loudly as possible for your favorite opponent, and that you show respect to everyone, even if you don't want to cheer for them. Because I think that's what Smash is all about. And that's why we're still here. And we'll be here for another 100 years. Alright. Thanks.